What's going on, guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another video, and it looked like there's a scene from yesterday's game that has went viral involving Caitlin Clark. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Indy. Let's get it. Let's go. Now, we know going into the season, man, Caitlin Clark dealt with a bunch of drama last year. People pushing her, poking her in the damn eye, and pretty much this year, there's really no different. Now, Caitlin Clark did get hurt a lot, and she missed a lot of games this season, but it's still the storybook of her career. She's getting hacked, pressed every damn time she got the ball, trapped. It's just all different scenarios that is happening with Caitlin. Well, I'm here to tell you, there's a scene that is raising concerns from fans, and pretty much people is demanding answers from none other than WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert. Let me pull up this picture right here, guys, because this one right here is crazy, bro. I mean, just crazy. Look at this. So, this was the scene, and this is the picture right here that has went viral. Yeah, this is the storybook of Caitlin Clark's season, bro. That's just all I can say. Look at this. Somebody said this shot from the Fever versus the Fever versus Dream game. Look at Caitlin's face as she passes the ball. She's literally on her knees. Somebody's hovering over her back. Somebody said it's 1 in 15 missed foul calls. This is ridiculous. And this right here shows you that the WNBA referees has a hidden agenda against Caitlin, bro. It's just simple as that. Just simple as that. Somebody said tears. They're doing interprotective dancing, bro. Like, this is not real. Like this, well, it is real, but it shouldn't be real. Somebody said ref was just staring. And Kelsey Mitchell in the background was just standing there. I mean, just staring. Wow, bro. Somebody said these refs not serious at all. Let's add the shove and holding her down, thus preventing CC from getting up, and the referees was effing blind. No foul there, just a hug, and it's just a hug me. She's just giving her a hug, competitive hugging. Nah, bro. This is uncalled for. This is definitely uncalled for, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? This is the nature of the league, and this is the things that they're doing to make Caitlin Clark life, not right in the W, bro. So for whatever reason whatsoever, bro, they definitely making it their business to piss Caitlin off. And it's just unacceptable, bro. Now, Stephanie White did talk to the media yesterday, and that's what I want to play next is what she had to say. And what's crazy is that the Atlanta Dream coach was straight talking about the refs messing up yesterday, which is so crazy to me, man. But let's check out what she had to say, bro.
And when other teams see that, it's game over. And so we're our best when we're having fun.
Stephanie, what did you think about your team's effort defensively, the connectedness there, and also the connectedness on offense? We talked about playing 0.5 basketball. It looked more like that tonight.
Yeah, I thought we were really connected on both ends. I thought our sense of urgency was better. Our activity level was better. Our communication, defensively. We made things as tough as we could for them. They're a great team, obviously. And, offensively, our second half was much better on taking care of the ball, moving it. We had a 77% assist rate, and that's what we have to do. We got to get the ball moving. We've got to get multiple touches. We've got to get it from one side of the floor to the other and get everybody involved. And then that's how we find success.
Steph, do you feel like tonight was kind of a weight lifted off the team after that last performance and a sign of, hey, this is what we're capable of?
Yeah, I think so. We've been talking all year about, building consistency. This is game 2 with our whole roster. With everybody in our rotation for sure. And we still haven't had a practice with everybody, right? So I think building consistency, consistency in habits for us, continuing to work consistency in rotation. Now that C's back, now that Didi's back, what does it look like? I thought Didi and AB played really well together today. I like that lineup, particularly against Atlanta with 2 bigs. I like the combination of what they bring to the table. And so it's one game. It was a big one. We needed it, but we got to continue to stack days and build on it.
I know after Wednesday's game, you mentioned the lack of competitive fire, and then Sophie on Thursday talked about wanting to light a fire under your butts. Just how did you see that competitiveness come out today?
Yeah, I mean, it was there in shoot around today. They had great energy. They had a pep in their step, and I think they did from the jump. And we didn't allow breakdowns or runs to quote unquote crush our spirit, right? It's like we bounced back and we made runs of our own. We answered them, and that's a sign of growth. But that's what it takes in this league. I mean, it's not peaks and valleys. I mean, it's going to ebb and flow, and teams are going to make runs, and we've got to be able to respond. And I thought we did a much better job of that tonight. We did not shoot the ball particularly well in the first half, and we stayed confident, and we took our shots, and we let the ball find the right shot.
Steph, I asked you before the game about Aaliyah's playmaking and 8 assists tonight for her. What did you like about her and Kelsey Mitchell specifically with that two-man combination, the handoffs, the screens? It seemed like they were on the same page.
Yeah, with AB, Kels, and C, really, those three play so well together. But AB just makes really good decisions. She doesn't usually get rushed. She doesn't take chances typically. She makes the right play and the right read. And I trust her in those situations where she's facilitating and where she's got the ball in her hands. I trust her bringing the ball up the floor. And so as she continues to grow more confident in this role that she's playing, I mean, I think you're going to just continue to see her flourish. Like, I know she's a different kind of player, but I told her before the season started, it's like, we want to use you kind of like Jokic, right? To play through you and for you to be able to score and facilitate from multiple places on the floor. The thing that I loved the most was that three that she stepped into and just let it fly, right? Like that's her continuing to play confident basketball. There was no hesitation. There was no thought. It was just, I'm open, I'm going to shoot it. And I want her to continue to play like that.
Sophie and Kelsey talked about the chemistry of this group and how it's unlike anything that they've really experienced in their career. How does that look to you as a coach, just this group's chemistry?
Yeah, it's huge. It's important. It's why we've been able to navigate a lot of disruption, a lot of adversity, is because they're a tight knit group. They like each other. They're for each other. They get along well. But that stuff off the floor doesn't matter if you can't put it together on the floor. And I think that they've done a really good job of giving one another grace in tough situations and pulling one another along and lifting one another up. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
Has that come naturally, the giving each other grace and kind of working through those ebbs and flows, or is that taking time to come together through the adversity early in the year?
I think for some people, I mean, just like regular human beings, like, right? For some people, it's natural to give grace. For others, it's not. And you've got to be really intentional about it and in specific moments. And there's a humility involved. And, every single person, that's on our team, coaches, players, everybody. I mean, there's an ego that gets you to this point, right? But to be able to sacrifice that ego and have enough humility to make it about the we over the me, sometimes that's a learned behavior, and some people have it naturally. And we've worked really, really hard, and they've worked really hard to be able to, no matter what the circumstance, maintain that and be intentional about that.
So I have a question about the matchup with Atlanta. You're split the season now 2-2. You beat them in the preseason, but you won't see them again. You're 2 games behind them in conference. Was there talk about that going into this game, that you needed to get that win against them? And then how do you feel about not playing them again the rest of the season?
Well, I feel like we played them 17 times already. So there wasn't really talk about that. I mean, we were really focused on us become a better ball club, right? Us having a high attention to detail in our defensive coverage and making sure that our attention to detail in our scout was elite. It was about us continuing to work to move the basketball, to get multiple players involved, to, less about exploiting matchups and more about finding rhythm and finding flow and finding continuity and connectivity on both ends of the floor. And I think we took a step forward today. We've had some matchup problems with Atlanta, with their bigs and with their different lineups. And I thought that we just did a really good job of handling the ebbs and flows and the runs and locking down when we needed to.
When Caitlin doesn't have her shot going, she seems to always consistently find a way to create for others and make plays. What are the conversations like in the huddle when you're trying to kind of keep that from like affecting other aspects of her game?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing, and I know I'm not, I don't mean, it doesn't mean anything that I'm not worried about Caitlin Schott, but I'm not worried about Caitlin Schott. Like, she's recovering from injury. She plays heavy, hard minutes. Every defensive assignment, every defensive scout, she's the top of the scouting report. So her shot quality that she's getting has not been great. And we're just so used to seeing her make tough shots. And to be able to do that while she's recovering from injury is going to be more difficult. You know, that's part of the reason that we want to try to make her life easier and get her some easier looks. And it's going to continue to be hard because every defensive game plan is to not allow those. So for her to stay patient, I thought she did a really good job of attacking the rim, you know, not just settling.